All right, we're here with Jasper Bassett of the Trine track team. Tell us a little bit about your experience here at Trine, the D3 experience, what advantages there are to a D3 over maybe a D1 or D2.
So, when I was looking at schools to pick, I had some interest in D2 schools, not really D1 schools from high school, but I was looking at a lot of D3 schools, and I ended up picking Trine, obviously. But what I really like about being here at this D3 university is that a lot of your D2, D1 schools, you just turn into another number. I have friends that run at Central Michigan, and that's what they were really worried about, was just being another number on the team. But I know here that every night after practice, my freshman and sophomore year, as a team, we would go in the cafeteria and eat dinner, and we weren't just friends at that point, we were family, and we got really close to each other, and we're just constantly spending time with each other and really just enjoy each other's companionship, which really helps with track, because we're constantly putting ourselves through pain on the surface, and it helps us fight through the hard practices and just end the practice with a smile on our face.
As a student athlete, obviously you have to balance practice and competing, but there's also the schoolwork element to it. How do you balance the two, and what would you say to maybe somebody who's in high school now or looking into college and also continuing maybe their athletic career? What would you recommend to them in order to balance the two?
So I'm a mechanical engineer, so usually that assumes quite a bit of homework. So there's a big balance between schoolwork and athletics, and it's really difficult for some people to find, and luckily I found it pretty early, where I get my time on the track and just try to focus on it there super hard, and not let it bleed into my schoolwork. So I make sure that I designate my track time for track time, then study time for study time, and then also just free time. And so you have to be really clear with your schedule and make sure that you have a lot of time that you need to be the athlete that you need, but then also making sure that you put the time in to be a student.
You kind of touched a little bit about it already in terms of the experience, but what would you think stands out most in your mind that makes your choice for going Division III the most memorable, whether it be through your experiences on the track team or the school? And how do you think what could that lead to down the road once you leave the university?
So I think what the big thing is just how close we all are. It's amazing that we just come from high school. We know every single person, because we've been with them for 12 years of our life, and we come here with a whole brand new slab of people that we need to meet. But everybody was just coming in that first semester was super open, and I would just go up to random people like, hey, I think I saw you at a track meet one time. Go up to them while they're sitting in the computer lab. They start talking to me. We talk about high school track, and then end up becoming friends with them. And it was just super easy to make friends, and which is really nice for a lot of things. There's people to hang out with, homework help all the time, just asking people, hey, do you understand this? Maybe not. Let's go ask this other kid sitting over there. And it just, we get to know so many people and build up that family relationship instead of just friends.
For those who might be looking at college and, again, athletics, what would you say is the biggest adjustment that you've had to make as a student athlete going from high school to college, and what would be your advice to a newcomer?
So I think the biggest adjustment from like high school tracks and stuff to college track is just, it's a whole another level of commitment. And because high school track, you're just there 2 hours of practice or so, you're done, go home. But here it's a lot more than that, because we start training with the team in early September, and then we go all the way to May, just constantly training. So you have to have a whole nother level of dedication here, where you're trying to prevent injuries before they happen, and then if you get injured, you have to take the extra time to go in and do your PT before practice, then PT after, and make sure you're ice bathing, rolling, doing everything that you need to do to remain healthy and perform to the best of your abilities. Where in high school you can kind of get away with not doing that, but college, it's a necessity and you have to do that. So it's a lot more time dedication, but also with the extra time dedication, you see the better results, and you get to go farther with your athletic career and see more of the crazy things that you get to see.